Hello Team FD and welcome to Team Talk, the show where we bring the Football Daily WhatsApp chat to life. Not sure how wise an idea that is. A PG version of the WhatsApp group, let's say. Joining us in the chat this week, it's Joseph Tomlinson from VFN to Sky Sports in 5 years. Ooh. True story. Sky Sports Cheese. How are you, sir?
Good, mate. So Pat's never going to be on this show then, because he doesn't ever send a message in the WhatsApp group.
Your first insight to the WhatsApp group, and the second poshest man on EFD.
Thank you. Very good.
And all round, you know, lovely fella. It's Henry Hill. How are you?
Yeah, good. This could either be the most fun or the worst experience of my Football Daily career. So I'm waiting to see what Joe has in store for me. Yeah,
Vinicius Jr. definitely cropping up on this week's show. And we've also got Football Daily's resident cooler. It's Michael McCubbin.
Yes.
Recently back from Barcelona. How was it?
It was lovely. Yeah, it was nice. Down the beach every day, sunning myself, and yeah, back in the studio for the first time in 18 months. So I've actually had to wear trousers for this shoot. That's a first.
You can tell, mate. Yeah. Lovely tint to your skin, and of course we've got FD's best baller, the man who's all heart and no cartilage. It's Sam Obaseki.
Come on, thank you. No cheering. No cheering, lads. It's calm. Yes,
yeah, come on.
I'll
be your cheerleader.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm good though. I'm good.
Now we've introduced everyone. Let's go on to the point of the show, and it's simple. All we've got to avoid, gentlemen, is being kicked out of the chat. Okay?
What?
Yes, exactly. This will happen to whoever scores the fewest points. The member will then be frozen out of future episodes, and they will only get back into the chat when voted in by the public. Yeah, the stakes.
Nobody knows what's going on, by the way.
To this.
Nobody knows what's going on. Only Hamill knows what's going on here. We've all just been brought here under false pretenses.
Part of my evil plan, and had to wait outside for 40 minutes eating bacon sandwiches because I got the times wrong. Yeah, anyway. So whoever finishes with the most points will be crowned admin. That is effectively, the winner of the show, and I'll buy you an alcoholic beverage of your choice. That's the only reward, right?
Okay. Leave that one, I said.
Before we start, though, I wanted to ask you all a question. Who on this table is most likely to leave you on red on WhatsApp?
Henry, you know. Joe's a quick replier. McCubbs don't really ever
put your hands up if you've got red receipts on. Who's not got red receipts on?
I've not got red receipts on.
Clowns. Who do you think you are turning red receipts off?
Because I don't like the pressure. I don't like the pressure of being put on red. Or like sometimes you just can't be asked. I'm a really bad replier. I'll put it out there. I'm the worst at it. I'm really bad.
No, Henry's the worst because he will read your message and he will not reply.
That's why it's not being asked.
Yeah,
reading it.
That's genuinely the worst.
At least I read yours. That's not the same for Joe. I tend to leave those.
Honestly, he just ignores me over and over and over. It's rude.
Yeah, but you just said that Joe's very quick to reply. Yeah. Almost too quick, a little bit desperate, or what?
No, it's calm, it's good. Like, if it was an emergency, I'll shout Joe.
To be honest, if the group chat has proven anything, it's that Joe's basically always just sat at home on his sofa.
Do you know what it is? It's because I bet I'm the only one who uses WhatsApp web.
Yeah, on your laptop, innit?
You two don't even know how to use WhatsApp web.
No, I've got WhatsApp web off the
grid. You can't use a laptop.
Off the grid, mate.
Right, Joe is always plugged in, to be fair. And, you know, it's a prerequisite for this job. But I'm going to have to go -1 point for McCubbin and -1 point for Henry.
Well, that's already a thing.
Yeah,
we're already playing the game. We could have told me we were already playing the game.
Red receipts off.
Sam very rarely replies to any messages. He's far too busy.
Don't come in late.
He's far too busy sat in the gym.
You're lying now. You're just lying. Don't do that.
I've lost control already. Right, let's move on to round 1, and it's called the warm-up. And in the WhatsApp group, more often than not, if you want to get a laugh, if you want to dig someone out, you have to be quick to reply. So obviously you two might not be great at this, considering you leave people on the red. Shocking from you. So to warm up that grey matter in your school, gentlemen, we're going to play a quick game of categories. And I tried to explain this to you outside and failed. So I'm going to go for it again, right? It's simple. You just have to think of a word that relates to the topic in hand. Okay. For example, if I said strikers, you would all have to say a striker until you faltered, until you...
Okay. A bit hot potato, a bit like hot potato.
Yeah, a little bit.
Four-way hot potato.
Yeah, I just want to see someone embarrass themselves in this round. It's not the densest round, but we're going to fly through it. Okay? We've got 3 rounds then, and the last person in gets the point, all right?
Okay.
So once you're out, you're out. We're going to start to my right.
Lovely.
Sam, it's you first and foremost. National team managers, because this is going out an international break.
Oh.
Gareth Southgate.
Bobby Martinez.
Hansi Flick.
Roberto Martini.
Wait.
That was Joe's best Italian accent. Stop buying yourself time. Next one.
Look at him buying himself time.
He did say Mancini. Look at
him buying himself time.
I'm taking Mancini, all right?
Look at him buying himself time.
That just threw me off.
Oh boy, you've got 3 seconds.
Yourself
on a mad one.
You combined Martinez and Mancini to make.
No, I didn't. I did Mancini, but I pronunciation, yeah, but he's just buying himself time.
Sorry, that is a negative point if I've ever seen one.
What? He agreed with me. He said that's fine. And then
Roberto Martini.
All right. Let's move on.
No, Joe is correct. I did agree with him. I'm sticking to my guns. You can have another 3 seconds to think of a manager then. 3.
Oh my gosh.
We've only had 4. 2.
I was going to say Luis Enrique.
Yeah, that's fine.
Didier Deschamps.
Steve Clark.
I'm gone.
3. Joe is gone. Yes. Right, moving on then.
That was deserved as well, but
that was horrendous.
Right, we're going to go. This is a little bit more difficult now. They increase in difficulty. Top goal scorers for their country. We're going to start with Henry. We're going to go back round this time. You're out now. The point is not up for grabs for you. Yes, current top goal scorers of all time.
Roque Santa Cruz, Paraguay.
Robert Lewandowski, easy.
Rooney.
Gareth Bale.
Henry.
Lukaku.
This is good, boys.
3, 2, 1, out.
Yeah. There we go. Thank you very much for that. Because I thought he was going to try and get another in there. Nah, we're not doing that.
Missed the big one in Ronaldo, didn't we? But,
of course, yeah.
But that is always the case.
Ali Dye
as well, right. Between you two then for the point.
Here we go.
You need this to get back to 0. Because
I'm
countries that haven't qualified for a World Cup.
Okay.
International football.
Uzbekistan.
3.
Pakistan.
2.
Oh, India.
Yeah.
Delhi.
Hey! What on earth? Get out.
Yes.
Get out.
I've lost.
Cheers, bro.
Delhi.
I was just hoping.
Delhi. Get him a minus point for Delhi.
No,
I'm speechless.
That's not part of it.
I'm speechless.
That's not
A point from McCubbin. -1 point.
That's not a part of it. You can't do that. Don't try and
Delhi.
make it now.
I literally just said the country and you just named the capital.
Don't try and make rules. I made all the rules for this show.
Really, I
Did you actually think that was a country?
No, it was my mind, bro. Sometimes
York.
that happens.
Truly, I did not expect to hear that in that section. Anyway, let's move on to round 2 then. The scores at the doors can be posted on the screen by the video editor. Shout out to Danny Pape. And this one might take a little bit longer to explain, so I want you to all, listen up. Time now to get emotionally invested in something which doesn't matter, which I feel is at the heart of our WhatsApp group, to be perfectly frank. Find yourself in a 15-minute debate with Tomlinson about something you didn't know you cared about. So this is our debate round, gentlemen. Now I'm going to ask you a series of questions that requires you to rank players from 1 to 4 using Amazon's finest whiteboards here. £4 RRP.
Is 1 the best?
1 is the best, yeah. Be weird if we picked 4, wouldn't it? You have 10 seconds to scribble your answers down. And the likelihood is when you reveal them to the rest of the table, they're not going to be the same, are they?
Okay.
And herein lies the conflict. This is where the fun begins, all right? So your mission then becomes simple. You've got to convince people your order is the order, or you've got to reach a compromise, okay? So if everyone comes to agreement around the table, it's a point for everyone. If you can't agree, -1 point for everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you convince other people that your order is the order, so if you convince the rest of the table, Joe, that your 1 to 4 is the best,
okay,
an extra point for you. Sounds complicated, but it's not. It's just a new round. Remember how weird Stat Wars was when we first introduced it? Exactly. Okay. Right, so the first question. Who is more important to their club? And the 4 players are, you might spot a theme here, Tim Ream, Harry Maguire, Cristiano Ronaldo, and N'Golo Kante. 10 seconds, gentlemen. Don't know what the audience is going to do this time.
Who was the first name?
Tim Ream.
Just I don't even know Tim Ream plays for these days.
The disrespect, honestly.
No, who actually does he play for, though? Because what, am I supposed to know?
Fulham, I'm guessing. He must play for Fulham.
Fulham fan, Chelsea fan, 2 United fans. That's why.
Oh.
Cheers, bro. It's quite hard to write.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Cheers, Zach.
Who is
fantastic behind the scenes stuff here.
Is it right now or is it last season?
Right now. Who is most important to their side right now? And I want to see some debate. Let loose here if you think someone's order is out of order, okay?
All right, cool, yeah, now I'm ready.
Okay, please flip your boards, gentlemen. Okay, interesting. I've seen a lot of Harry Maguires first and foremost. So we've got 3 Maguires. Yeah. We've got 1 Kante in top position. Tim Ream is bringing up the rear. Right.
I didn't even spell his name right.
None of you spelled it
right. It's got to be Ream because he's not even like a starting centre-back for you last season.
He's an important figure in the dressing room, but I don't. Relative to these other 3, he's definitely number 4.
I think it's got Maguire has to be 1.
Yeah, Maguire's 1 just because.
When we lost Maguire for even a month last season, we went to absolute.
Yeah.
Like we were so bad.
Yeah, but I think Kante's next though. I don't think
Kante has to be next. I still think Kante's number 1, but I'm happy to.
The only reason that I put Kante 3 rather than 2 is because at the start of the season he hasn't necessarily been the go-to man in the midfield for Chelsea.
But at the same time, what he does, the other midfielders can't do. With Ronaldo, even if he's not scoring, you've got Greenwood, you've got Fernandes that can still.
So why didn't he start against Spurs?
Because he's come back from injury.
You've seen Ronaldo slot into that Manchester United side and elevate it to a new level in terms of.
He hasn't elevated to a new level though. He hasn't elevated.
He's not have always been bagging goals.
He elevated against Newcastle. He scored twice. Like that's as much as elevated. Got to consider Kante's role last season as well. Like without Kante, like Chelsea don't win the Champions League.
But it's an unfair comparison then, because Ronaldo wasn't at United last season.
But Ronaldo was at Juventus last season. He didn't take them to a particularly good level.
I think Juventus have quite clearly lost their very best player and have been suffering. In his
Where are they in the
but they were suffering last year.
Yeah, but they're not in the relegation zone last season.
They weren't in the relegation zone, but they're going to be out of it quite soon. I think Kante is so much more important to Chelsea than Ronaldo is to United.
I would happily swap them round, but it's very close. I
think you put someone else in Ronaldo's place. You have.
I scrubbed Kante out and put him in 3. To be fair, but Maguire has to be at 1.
Yeah, maybe I'm happy to swap Maguire around. I'm happy.
So we've gone for Sam's order.
Does that mean I get the point?
You get the bonus point.
Come on!
I think that's acceptable.
That.
I do think that's acceptable.
You've got it.
I think it is close between Ronaldo
through
and
nothing
Kante.
that you've said, by the way.
Everything else.
You sat there and let them do the business.
That was supposed to be the easier one, just to like gently introduce us this round. But
why is Tim Ream in there?
A nice level of debate.
Have you put Tim Ream in there?
Because you needed an obvious 4. I was actually hoping that Henry would stick up for Tim Ream a little bit more than he did, but it didn't happen.
The second we got into the Premier League, he went straight onto the bench.
Okay, so Sam gets the bonus point. You all get a point because you agreed very amicably on an order, and that does happen in the FD WhatsApp group. It is capable of being very...
There's good arguments made there.
Yeah, it's very reasonable. Okay, let's move on to the second one. There's 3 questions in this segment. The best under-23 player. Hopefully this is a little bit more difficult and we see something a little bit more fiery in return. Greenwood, Bellingham...
This is going to be mad.
Mount and Saka.
Oh my God.
It got a gasp from Zach behind the camera.
This is sticky.
I think this is one of the easy ones.
No, it's not. And don't that means you're going to disrespect someone.
No, it doesn't necessarily mean disrespect someone.
It does.
I'm quite happy with mine. Yeah.
Okay, are we ready to flip then? Because I feel like it's been more than 10 seconds. I'm not monitoring this very closely.
Okay, let's do this.
All right, reveal in 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm seeing a couple of Bellinghams.
What?
Bellingham third.
Bellingham third, lads.
Okay, the floor is yours, gentlemen.
Let's not get carried away. Let's not get carried away.
Come on. I'm ready for this.
Yeah, same. Let's not get carried away.
Prior to us coming into here, you sat and defended Sancho by saying he wasn't playing in a very good league over in Dortmund. Bellingham, he hasn't had that much experience at the top level. Mount's big game credentials for Chelsea are unbelievable. Greenwood, who you bang on about all the time.
Incredibly talented, yeah. We've all got Greenwood too.
I've got
Greenwood third.
Can I just establish, good argument from Henry, and we will come back to Henry, but we got 4 different orders here.
I think so.
Yeah.
What I would say about Greenwood.
We've all got Saka fourth though.
I absolutely love Greenwood, but Greenwood's the is the least important to his team out of all of these.
But you know why?
No, he is.
No, but
he is. He's not an automatic starter, is he?
No. You see
or at
why,
least not in his favoured position.
This season,
you see why Greenwood's
first
but
on
only
because
he is the most gifted and talented on this list.
I think Bellingham is.
Naturally, I think, bro, you can't tell me literally what Henry said. Literally what Henry said in terms of playing in the Bundesliga, yeah? Bro, you cannot tell me a striker of his age, and we saw when he came on in the Carabao Cup, was it? When he came on? And he basically changed the whole game, bro.
Greenwood's gone through like good and bad phases. There was a period last year where he couldn't hit the back of the net, and that will happen again because he's that young. Like I don't think we should be like hyping him up to the point where he is like one of the best like.
Thomas Tuchel arrived at Chelsea and immediately identified Mason Mount as one of the most important figures in that team. We just discussed the fact that Conte in and out of the side sometimes. Mason Mount is an ever-present in that side, and I don't think you can get there without being as talented as he is. He is more important than Mason Greenwood, and they play different functions on the pitch, obviously. But as we've raved on about lots recently on Football Daily, his underappreciated qualities such as pressing, etc. He's not going to grab the headlines like Greenwood, but Mason Mount is the most talented.
But I think as well we have to.
You think he's the most?
It's also unfair because Mount is
most naturally talented footballer.
He's a more developed player.
Okay, he's not the most naturally.
So there you go. He said most naturally talented footballer.
Hold on, I said best. Best is obviously subjective to all of you guys.
Yeah. So for me, I'll explain my reasons. I've gone for the most naturally talented. I think I agree. Mason Mount is the most important to the team in there, and he is the most successful.
Number one.
So therefore, in your rankings, yes, number one. But I've gone for talent level, and I think at 18, Bellingham is doing more in terms of talent than any of these players.
No.
It is interesting that the Golden Boy shortlist has come out, and Bellingham is like the early favourite to pip Greenwood to the Golden Boy.
The thing with me is that when I've seen Greenwood and Saka play, like I am amazed. But when I see Bellingham play, I'm actually gobsmacked that a player can play central midfield he's 18 now, but was bossing central midfield at 17 years old. Like I've not seen a player do that in so long.
At Champions League level, man. Should we just quickly discuss Saka?
Why
have we all gone Saka?
That's what I was going to say. I thought natural ability, I think Saka's really good. But if we're talking about this list, not even just team impact, but in terms of how good you are as an individual, I don't think he's fully found himself.
So as an individual then, and if I could give you Bellingham or Mount tomorrow, who do you take? Individual natural ability.
I'm taking Mount still.
Right. Quick question before we wrap this up. This one up. When I say best, what criteria automatically comes to the forefront of your mind? Because if you can agree on a criteria, maybe you can agree on an answer. But if not, we'll have to agree to disagree.
Natural talent, definitely.
Natural talent.
Sort of longevity of success.
What?
Okay.
People are talking under 23. How can you do longevity of success for 18-year-olds?
Weird one.
You can be awful. You can be talented. You can be talented, but you can be.
He's like 3 years older than the rest
But
of them.
how's that fair on Bellingham?
Well, the question was under 23s.
You're talking pedigree.
Pedigree, yeah.
Pedigree.
Longevity of success for an 18-year-old.
He meant pedigree, all right. What do you mean?
I think a mixture of natural talent and footballing intelligence.
Okay, interesting. And what does best mean to you?
I would say natural talent, but also consistency.
Roughly what I was going for.
No, but in a sense, finding yourself as an under 23 player, that's why I say Saka's last, because he can play in so many different positions. I don't know if he's found that one position where we can say, he's one of the best.
I was going to say, because if you mean finding yourself as in finding your position, then Greenwood at the top
as an attacker
for the next 2 years is going to have to vacate that number 9 space.
Consistency is more what I was going for. Mason Mount has proven he's found a position, as you said, and he's knuckled it down. And I think he's become a more important figure.
He's knuckled it down his position.
Oh, mate, listen, Roberto Martini.
Roberto Martini, is it?
Roberto Martini. End it. Get it off.
I think talking about consistency, those two are the most consistent. We have to say that, man. They're consistently in the team and bossing it on a weekly basis.
Vote in the comments as to who you think took that round. That was nice and fiery. The
only change that I would take, though, with seeing everything everyone said, I'll put Mount top.
Oh, thank you.
And then I would put Greenwood second.
Right. So that's aligned with me, which
gives
me the majority. Which gives me a majority victory.
I'm not majority victory. The top 3.
Are you joking me? I'm the only one that's convinced someone to budge. Right. Therefore, I must get at least half a point.
No, I'll absolutely not negotiate with terrorists.
Absolutely not.
Okay, so that is -1 point for everyone. Question number 3, the final question of the debate round. Who is winning the sack race this season, gentlemen? And the 4 names are Nuno, Vieira, Hasenhüttl, and Ole.
What do you mean winning it? Who's going to get sacked first?
Yeah, who do you think is going to be relinquished in order of 1 to 4?
This is going to be. This is tough, man.
This is tough.
This is really tough.
Yeah, so it's just who's most likely to go first. I mean, they could all go, but who's going first?
I'm not gonna lie. I've gone for quite a random order with this one.
Yeah, I could be totally convinced.
I had a little peep of Mikey's, and I can't lie.
A little peep. -1 point.
Whoa. Yeah, that's not what I'm saying. You ready?
I can confirm.
All right, 3, 2, 1, flip.
Ooh.
Okay, we're all a lot of Hasenhüttl was first.
Yeah.
Nice. What's yours?
Okay,
Nuno first. Okay, please. The floor is yours, boys.
All right. It's Hasenhüttl. No wins this season.
It's been.
He's still winless.
He's been there for so long. If you look, Nuno, brand new contract recently. Ollie, brand new contract. I think if anyone was going to really try and make a change now, I think Southampton are probably the first ones who will say, something needs to be fundamentally shifted in order to
still winless as well this season.
I think Hasenhüttl will probably be the first to go, but not in like not under the same kind of cloud of negativity that the others might go.
I just don't think there's that as much as pressure.
You got for number 4.
Yeah, I didn't really think
he has. The thing is, I can see like he has survived 2 9-0s and a terrible end of last season, but like I think he's just had so many chances now, hasn't he?
But that's what I'm saying. He'll have that period where they get a few wins or they're playing better, and then it's like because we don't have that much pressure on you to even, let's say, make the top 10 or whatever. But with Nuno and Ole, Nuno is under pressure now because they're not playing good. The way Harry Kane's not banging. Ole, it's the same thing. You've been given more armoury and you haven't been.
But I still back Spurs to make up. I still back Spurs to bounce back.
I don't know, man. They're not playing good enough, though.
Why do you think Southampton are going to bounce back from being winless?
I just don't think their bounce back has to be as big. I think if Nuno has to turn it around, it has to be like 3-4 games on the trot, playing good football, Harry Kane banging, the harmony in the team is better, but that's a long way to go. Right. Same with Ole.
Talking a long ways to go. Like, there's some big discrepancies here. Nuno bottom.
Yeah.
Ole bottom.
Yeah. The reason I've gone Ole bottom, I'll explain, is that I think he is precarious, but I just don't see any world in which Man United sack him before, at very, very earliest, if it was impossible to qualify for the Champions League. There's so much faith in him.
I think if United drop out of the Champions League groups, it could happen.
Do you not think that Vieira, the bar is lower, and Crystal Palace have already shown enough excitement going into this season?
Because Vieira's Palace are the most trigger happy of any of the teams.
No, but I think he's shown enough of the quality of the signings, the way they've all bedded together, to say that actually Crystal Palace, even in the finish,
that's why I've got him third.
Lower half. Ole, on the other hand, it is really ramping up because they are expected to win a trophy this season.
Yeah, but that's why it'll go late.
But I
even
think
if Ole is in around top 4 and in an FA Cup semi, he's still not going to be out the door. I don't see United sacking him until. If he was to be sacked, it wouldn't be until after the season.
The levels of expectation, you really think that Ole would survive longer than Vieira this season? Yeah. I think that is wrong. I fundamentally think that's wrong.
You've already convinced Sam to move Vieira to the bottom position.
I think Vieira should be very low as well.
I think I could potentially swap Vieira.
Here we go.
Nothing else though. Nothing else.
No, you can't. You cannot.
I just don't
unwilling to budge.
I think you're all being like. I know that Ole's had a bit of a bad run here, but there's a reason he's been given a shiny brand new contract. There's a reason he's been given 130 million pounds.
Ole third, but Nuno has to be in the top 2. He has to be up there just because of the fact that they are playing terribly, bro. And
we've all got him second, mate. I've got him second.
I've got him first.
Oh, you got him
first.
I've
got him fourth.
Wow, why have you got him 4th?
Don't know.
To be honest, that defeats the object of the show. So
I was under pressure. I was like, you know what? I just think Tottenham will bring it back. Come on, how long does Harry Kane actually go on a drought?
Hold on, McCubbs. In passing, you just said you'd put Nuno third and Vieira bottom. Are you doing that?
Yeah,
are you going to action that? Okay, but you said no higher, so you think Ole and Hasenhüttl still more likely to go than Nuno? No.
Well, Nuno's a new appointment for one. I don't think Tottenham sack a manager that quickly.
The thing is about this order, I think, is that some of them are so close that I think it's almost an impossiple order to agree on. I don't see any world where Ole gets bid this season.
I've put now my list is Nuno top, Has, Ole, and then Vieira.
Quite like that.
So he's moved quite a lot.
I'm not moving anyone.
Okay, belligerent. I like it.
It looks. If he's not moving because I get a point, then that's the problem. He's a United fan and he's refusing to believe that they might.
Exactly, that's what's wrong with itself.
I come at it from an impartial perspective.
I think Ole's under huge pressure. Ole's under huge pressure, but
and he could get fired because of it.
There's a reason he got an extended contract.
Yeah, and it comes with conditions. They've already lost in the League Cup. They've already lost in the Champions League. They've already lost multiple times in the league.
I've no doubt.
You cannot say that the pressure's not racking. You can't. Yes, he's got a new contract. Yes, they've said here it is. They've also brought in one of the all-time greatest ever footballers, maybe the greatest.
So why is he
I'm telling you, this is the list, man. Nuno,
Hasenhüttl. We've all got
Hasenhüttl.
I'm not bargaining with anyone.
Is Ole the sticking point? Because I feel like you've all agreed on 50% of your answers.
Get -1 point.
I'm happy. Ole is not bottom.
I'm backing Ole.
I'm backing Ole.
Right, that's it. it. We're drawing a line in the sand. Henry did very well that round. You sort of convinced Sam, but it didn't happen, my friend. It's -1 for everyone. We're going to have to agree to disagree again. And
this is a joke. He literally just said, I'm not changing it because you all get the point. How is this meant to work if people like Joe aren't willing to be reasonable? I'm going to go home and be kicked out of the group chat over here because this little
They need to get abusive.
That is the way the cookie crumbles, and that's the beauty of this show. Hopefully we won't be as good of friends afterwards. Okay, round 3, let's argue is up next. This is the penultimate round. And yes, this one involves a head-to-head between you and the person sat opposite you on the table, all right? If you thought the last round was fractious, hopefully this round will be even more so. Okay, I want you to write down the worst football opinion held by the person opposite you.
I never put myself out there with opinions, so Henry's going to have a great time with this one.
This is where being conservative pays off.
Can you give me a minute? Because I genuinely...
Just make one up. Make one up.
Basically, gentlemen, you have to defend whatever is levelled at you.
Okay.
Everyone will get 30 seconds to do so. Whoever defends their worst football opinion or hot take the best, gets the point from me. Okay?
Yeah.
We'll do a point per couple as well.
So are we all unveiling at the same time?
Let's do it by pairing, otherwise it'll be chaos.
Okay.
So let's start at this end of the table with Henry and McCubbs. Yeah, exactly. Boards down, well played.
Who should we reveal? Reveal at the same time?
Reveal at the same time. Okay. And then I want McCubbin to read his first, then Henry to read his. 3, 2, 1, flip.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Both Serie A.
Okay. Continental boys.
Yeah. Okay, you've got 30 seconds to defend your point on Juventus. And then, how is this so Serie A? You two spent far too much time with one another. Right, let's do it. 30 seconds to defend Juventus. Still winning Serie A?
Yeah, so they've won their last 2 games. Not overly convincingly, but still, I believe Juventus have the best squad overall in Serie A. The most successful manager in Serie A as well. They've still got Paulo Dybala coming into his own this season. They've got still like a great defence on paper. Don't really have much else to say aside from that.
You've got another 10 seconds if you want it. Tell a joke or something.
Yeah, they're they're going to win it.
I think the fact that you said can, it is technically still possible. So is that valid?
Right, McCubbs, I've taken your points in. Henry, it's your turn to defend your hot take. You've got 30 seconds. Zach is resetting the clock. Go.
It is without doubt the most competitive league at the moment. You've got about 6 teams that could probably vie for the title, excluding Juventus, who are at the moment struggling. The Premier League is obviously, for quality-wise, is up there, but for sheer entertainment value, last weekend we saw 5 goals get more than 5. 5 matches out of the 9 got 5 goals or more. The other 3 got about 3 goals or more. It's a super exciting league right now. Anything can happen, and it's got a quality. It might not be the very best players in the world, but football is ultimately entertainment at the moment, and that's where the Serie A really comes into its own.
30 seconds back.
He just described the championship.
Championship fan.
I'm going to give the point to Henry there because McCubbin did forego 10 seconds of his 30 seconds. So, I mean, even volume-wise, you won. Didn't have to be a high-quality argument. 1 point for Henry, please, Zach.
Oh, my goodness.
Mark that down. Right, will Team 2 please flip their whiteboards? Joe, I want you to read what you put about Sam.
So Sam did once argue that Harry Kane is not world class because he's never won a trophy, still yet to win a trophy. So is he no longer world class?
Yeah, that was less about Harry Kane and more about winning a trophy, wasn't it?
No, but it was also very much so about Harry Kane. No, he said he's not world class.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I still think it's toilet. What did you say?
You can't have an opinion like that, actually.
About -1 point. That's against my show. What? No, -1. What did you say about Joe?
I said Ole is good enough to manage Manchester United.
Ooh. Okay.
That's a good.
Does anyone want to go first?
I'll go first. I'll go first.
Brazen, I like it. Go.
So this was an opinion I held a few years ago when Harry Kane had just had a few years of scoring goals in the Premier League. I think he had 1 golden boot under his belt. I understand that strikers are meant to score goals, and Harry Kane, he scored it at a very good rate in his career, but the common denominator in world-class strikers is that they have all won trophies. If you look at all the best strikers in the world or in history, they have a trophy to their name. It doesn't mean that if he wins a Carabao Cup, finally, that's going to be the case. But the reality is, if you look in history, it's just a world-class striker has always got a trophy. That's what I'm saying.
You said you changed your point.
I have, but
I feel like you've gone back.
No, that was just my point from that. If you want to hear it, if you believe it, then you believe it. If not, you know what I mean?
I mean, he filled the 30 seconds. Tomlinson, it's up to you to defend. Do you actually think that Ollie's good enough to manage United? Is that a point you still hold? Okay, you've got 30 seconds to defend it. 3, 2, 1.
I think up to this point, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had done a really good job at Manchester United, reinvigorating that squad, getting rid of a host of toxic players, building a pretty good structure behind the scenes, which has been missing at Manchester United for many, many years. We've now got a director of football in charge, a technical director in charge, which we never had before. We've tried world-class managers, i.e. Jose Mourinho and Louis van Gaal. Both of them have won trophies, but have rotted the club during their time there, signed some really poor players, and we're still paying for it now. So I think Ollie at the moment is good enough for United. Whether or not he can take us to the next level, I don't know, but got to give him time.
Oh, I'm not hearing that.
Okay.
I'm not hearing that, man. That was a political answer, and it's not true. It's not true, innit?
Do you think he's done a bad job so far?
He's not done good enough. He's not done good enough.
Okay.
I'm going to give the points to Joe.
Oh.
Right.
That's just because you don't agree with the opinion.
No, that's awful. it's actually indefensible.
You could have had on me as well. I had do you remember once I said on Sunday Vibes that Jesus is going to be better than Mbappe? You could have had that and you
I didn't remember that.
That was when they both broke through. Do you remember when they both broke through? And I was like, mate, Jesus and the Guardiola.
Can we bring opinions that old out? Because I would have definitely done Vinicius for
you should have done Vinicius Junior. Absolute dog. That was your exact words.
Yeah, you've got away with the big one there.
Were your words Vinicius is the worst player in La Liga?
Let's wrap this round up then. So points for Joe, points for Henry. But the fact you actually, defended your point.
I think it was quite a good defence, but
it was an old point.
In quite a compelling way. Like, I tip my hat to you. Right.
He's a rarity.
Let's finish that up then and move on to the next round, which is round 4. The last round, and I've called it To Cap It Off. Little clue as to what it is there. I've gone through all your Instagram profiles. I've taken a picture with one of your more elaborate captions and I've blacked it out, the caption that is. And you're going to have to answer what you think that caption is about the other person. Of course, you can't answer your own. And if you get it right, you get a point. It's that simple.
Okay, very nice. Let's have a look at the first one.
Okay.
Starting with Mike.
So this is the photo of McCubbin, right?
Yeah.
Lovely photo.
This is the photo of McCubbin, okay? And I'm going to read out part of the caption and I want you all to answer. Okay, so McCubbin, the first half
I know it.
Of his caption is tropical climates equal?
I don't even know.
Okay, you got 5 seconds to answer. 4, 3, I said, remind myself what it actually is.
Reveal?
Right, so it is, please reveal. Yeah, you should reveal first before I give you the answer. That should definitely happen. The Hawaiian Shirt Fashion Show. Tropical shirts, sun and vibes. You know what? I'm actually going to give Tomlinson a point because he is very close. I think we should give a point to the closest one, to be perfectly honest.
What was the answer?
It's tropical climates equals tropical fruits, baby.
Very close.
And if if you'd looked hard enough, you would realise that there is fruits all over his shirt.
Loads of fruits.
That's why I went for the shirt. Yeah. That's why I thought it'd be tropical something.
I didn't know what.
Sun and vibes.
So generic.
Right. Second up, we have this photo of Tomlinson.
Oh, look at that outfit. Oh, hard.
Yeah.
That's hard.
What are those trousers?
Kangol's.
Interesting.
Actually, that's actually one of my more favourite Tomlinson pieces, and there's not many. There's not many. Yeah? Are we drinking that in? Are we drinking that in? Okay. And the first half of the caption is, what makes less sense? This outfit or ...
Ooh, I don't think I know it, but it'll definitely be a football one. I'll give you a clue.
Always is.
It'll be like a something to something.
Chloe's taken a really nice snap of him and he's like, damn, I need to think of some sort of Man United related caption to get this out there.
I don't even know.
Oh, I think it might be that. I think it could be that. That's a great caption. I should have gone for
You know, when I read this out, let's bear in mind in Tomlinson's last hot take that he defended as well.
Your captions always have a theme to them.
I think it might be that.
What was the top bit again?
Are we ready? 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Makes less sense.
Man United not signing a dude DM.
I think it might be that. Ollie not signing a DM.
Fred at CDM. Ollie in charge.
Ollie not signing a DM?
Nah. He's not going to write that.
I think it might be that. Ollie not signing a new DM.
It's not. It's this outfit or Man United's current form, ? Both are shambles, wave, alien emoji. I don't think anyone's close enough for a point there. If they were going to get it, it would be Henry, but he's not quite close enough. Okay, moving on. Up next is Oba, all right?
Oh, yeah.
And this is the photo.
Come on, winning headers. You know them ones.
New day, new blessings.
What motivational line? What quote from a motivational speaker do we stick in here?
Okay, so here's the first half of the caption. 2 vital lessons in ball, : 1, always keep your eyes open when jumping for a header. 2, ...
This could be anything.
Oh my god, this is really difficult,
This could be anything.
Mine's so wrong, but
Okay. 3, 2, 1, reveal.
No, the man them are so funny, you know.
Pick on someone
I
else.
quite like that actually.
Stay hungry.
Stay hungry.
Winners stay winners.
These. No, you might pick up some motivational speaker.
You are.
New day, new blessings.
These could all be legitimate
No,
answers.
What was it?
Right, number 2 is track your men at all costs. Laughing emoji, smoke out the nose emoji.
Come on.
Okay.
Okay, so no one's close enough for a point there.
It's a low-scoring game.
It's hard.
They are difficult. It's a difficult round.
Oh god.
Up next, it's Henry, and I've sort of blacked out your mate because he might not want it to have been on. He's not next to a black block. He's not being sucked into a vortex. And that is the photo of him looking, dapper. Exactly.
Yeah, he's just graduating, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that grin.
What's the caption?
And the caption is, undergrad in archaeology, masters in broadcast journalism, ...
Interestingly, the guy in that photo is now the head anchor of Jamaica's prominent TV news network.
Oh,
really?
Wow.
So he did Giovanni Dennis.
Anyone ask?
He'd love it. It's really good.
Shout out Giovanni. That's a class name as well.
That's maybe though.
Okay. Everyone seems to write an answer pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Give McCubs a few more seconds. All good, McCubs. Don't worry, you've got another 5 seconds.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, so can you all
God, I'll just see Joe's.
flip your boards right now, please?
The Tory is.
Brexit means Brexit.
Oh, there we go.
As handsome as ever. And who? What?
Who
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought it? Okay, that's far too modest. That is almost on the money, I guess. I'm actually going to give McCubbin a point because the latter half of his caption is there anything I can't do?
Oh, Tory.
That's equally as egotistical, so I like it.
Yeah. I know Henry would have seen that and be like, oh, I'm looking pretty.
You were looking good in that. You were looking good in that.
Damn.
A master's though.
Damn.
And you sat around this table with us. So
There we go. How
fat lot of use that was,
fall from grace is real.
Right. Okay. Team FD, not going to lie to you, was not keeping close count of that score. Zach only started doing it halfway through. So these could be wildly inaccurate. And if they are, then we'll have to trust Danny Pate in the edit. But apparently, according to our scores, the winner of this week's show is Joseph Tomlinson.
No.
What?
Wow.
How did that
cheese.
happen?
You know what? He got my caption and he won that thingy round, didn't he?
With 1 point, by the way.
Yeah.
Everyone else on 0.
Was it? No,
Everyone else
was
on
it?
0.
Rendering the whole
Those
show
scores are definitely
pointless.
wrong. All of them on 0. I'm not having it.
Hope you all enjoyed the new show. Hope you enjoyed the new show.
So who gets kicked off?
At home. Because you finished on 000, we'll get the people to decide at home. They can comment below.
That is not fair because that Harry Kane thing is going to get me out of this.
You know, episode 2 is coming out during the next international break, so keep your people's peeled for that in early November. Mid-November, same thing. Anyway, subscribe to the channel with notifications on, and yeah, we'll catch you on our regular scheduled content. Goodbye.
Peace.